Good morning, students. Hope you all are fit and fine. Welcome to the virtual class of English. Today, we will read the poem The Ant and the Cricket, adapted from Aesop's Fable. Aesop is a fable writer. So let's go through the summary of the poem. The poem The Ant and the Cricket is a fable. A fable is a traditional story that teaches us moral lessons. Usually, the characters in fables are animals. So, what is a fable? A fable is a traditional story with some morals, and the characters of fables are generally animals. This poem also teaches us a very important moral lessons of being industrious like an ant. Being industrious like an ant means being as a businessman or being laborious as an ant. It also teaches us we should not be like the cricket. This poem is about a cricket, an insect, who found himself in trouble as the winter season arrived. He found he had nothing to eat, nor had he cared to make shelter for himself. He decided to go to an ant for help. He wished to borrow some grain from her and to spend a day or two in a hole during the rainy days. His intention was to pay her back later on. However, the ant did not help the cricket. She told him without mincing words that it was rule of ant that they neither borrowed nor lent. She asked the cricket in astonishment if he had not saved anything for the winter, to which the cricket replied in negative. She asked him the reason. He replied he was so busy enjoying his life. He did not bother to save or put by anything. The ant taunted him to go and dance during the winter also. In conclusion, it can be said that we must be responsible for our future. We must not just spend our good times idly. We must also secure our future against the bad times also. So students, in this poem there are two insects. One is ant and other one is cricket. And these two are the main characters of this poem. Ant is laborious, hard worker, and cricket in this poem is just enjoying only, in happy mood and enjoying everything without worrying about the future. But according to Aesop, in this poem, cricket is worried when he saw that now winter was to come and he had saved nothing. So he went to an ant to borrow something. Then what happened? We will read in the poem. Here, students, it is very necessary for us also to save something for future. Secure our future. It is very necessary for all of us. What happened? In the poem, we will read now. Before reading the line-wise explanation, let us go through the poetic devices. Alliteration. Alliteration through the warm month of gay summer and spring. Spring, if not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. You sang, sir, you say so. Alliteration, students, is the repeating of consonant sound. You can see in these lines, these are the lines of this poem only. Month of gay summer and spring. You must die of starvation and sorrow. You sang, sir, you say. See the consonant sound and the consonant alphabet. Summer, spring, S, S, S. And second poetic device in this poem is personification. A silly, young cricket accustomed to sing. A silly, young, these words are used for human beings and not for these insects or animals. But in poems, when poet use these types of words, then they personify these insects and animals. Even a poet says he has used he or she for ant and cricket. He has personified these insects. Line-wise explanation of the poem. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was to come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could be seen, not a leaf on a tree. Accustomed, habit, gay, G-A-Y, gay, gay means happy. C-R-U-M-B, crumb means piece of food. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. Here begins the poem that there was a silly young cricket who was in habit of singing and dancing, and he was just enjoying by singing the month of summer and spring. He was enjoying in summer and spring season, a good and happy season. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was to come. Now when he went home, he saw his cupboards empty. There were no clothes, no grain to eat, not a piece of single bread to eat. Then he began to complain. He got worried that how he will spend his winter season. Now winter was to come. On the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. And when winter will come, there will be no flowers on trees and no leaf could be seen on the trees. All over the snow covering would be there. Then what he will do? Now he is worried. He has spent all the time in singing, enjoying the summer and the spring season. And when he saw his cupboards empty, nothing was there and winter was to come, he is worried now. Student, here see the poetic device personification. The first line of the poem, a silly young cricket. Here is the personification of cricket. An alliteration, month of gay summer and spring. Summer and spring, repetition of consonant sound. Oh, what will become, says the cricket of me. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. Now the cricket was worried that he had nothing to eat, how he will spend his winter days. So what he decided? First he thought that, oh, what will become, says the cricket of me. Oh, what will become of me? I am too much worried. At last by starvation and famine made bold. Starvation, lack of food. Famine, having nothing to eat. Both have difference. Trembling means shivering. Now cricket was worried. How I will spend my winter season? So what he decided, all dripping with wet and trembling with cold. It was rainy season, it was raining, so dripping with wet and shivering with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant. He went to that miserly ant to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and mouthful of grain. Why he went to ant? He went to that miserly ant to see, just to see that if ant grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, to live or to be safe in that winter season. Then what happens, students? We will read in our next period. Thank you. Good morning, students. Hope you all are perfectly well. Students, today we will read The Ant and the Cricket poem part 2. In part 1, we have read that cricket who spent the season of summer and spring in enjoyment by singing and dancing, and he saved nothing for future. Then when winter was to come, he was worried, he got worried and he thought that how will he live now? There is no food, his cupboards are empty, and where he will live. So he decided to go to ant to borrow some food and shelter to save his life. Then what happened? We will read today. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I'm your servant and friend. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. Now what happened? Cricket went to ant, and he here refers to cricket. He wished only to borrow. He just went there to borrow, that he will repay it tomorrow, that when the summer season will come again, he will repay it, give it back to ant in the coming seasons. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. And if he will not borrow, he will not get it also, then he will die. He must die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket. Now what ant says to the cricket? That I am your servant, I am a small insect, and I am your servant also, and I am your friend also. But my dear cricket, we ants never borrow anything from anyone, and we ants never lend anything to anyone. Then ant asked one question to cricket. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? You haven't saved anything for the winter season? Quoth the cricket, not. What cricket said? No. My heart was so light, I was so light and cool, that I sang day and night. I was free of all worries, all tensions. I was just enjoying that season, and I sang day and night. I spent my days and nights in singing only, for all nature looked gay. Because I felt that all the nature is gay. The season is very happy season. I spend in enjoyment, in singing day and night. After listening this, what ant said? You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable, I warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs, and some have 2. You sang, sir, you say. Ant was surprised. Go then, what ant said? Go then, says the ant, and dance in the winter season also. Thus ending, and at last what ant did? He hastily, roughly, and cruelly opened the door and turned out the poor little cricket out from her house. Folks call this a fable. Folks, tradition call that it is a fable. They says, I warrant it true, but I believe that it is very true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So students, this was the poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Now, what is the message conveyed from this poem? When we are young, we must spend our time working and planning for the future. The cricket enjoyed sunny moments of summer and spring and did not think of the cold and difficult moment of winters. Here, by this poem, we get that winter season indicates, is a symbol of for our human beings. The message, according to the message, that indicates that our difficult time. And spring and summer season, the season indicates that when we are in good time. The cold and difficult moments of winter. The ant was occupied all through summer and spring, collecting food for the winter and storing it safely. As ant shows that when there is good time, one should work hard and one should spend not only the present time but also secure things for the future, so that when difficult time comes, we can be secure and safe. So this was the poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Thank you.